Hey, what's up, Jet fans? It's Tony the GM again with another video. Uh, I'm a diehard fan, 55 straight years, and I've been through it all. I've seen it all as a Jet fan. Jet fans are, they're great human beings, I'll be honest with you. They all have heart. They really want to see wins bad. Now, here's the thing. We've seen a lot of losing football over the last 15, 17 years. We've seen how to win. Why can't we just replicate it? We can't make the same exact mistakes that we continuously make. I'm hearing things like trade Quinnen for a first round pick. Doesn't get you anything. Okay, it frees you up a little bit of. It's a guaranteed contract, some of it. It might free you up a little bit of cap space. For what? Okay, you want to retain and add your own talent. You want players who want to be with your team. You're not drafting a better player than Quinnen Williams with a number one draft pick. The probability is not there. I wouldn't even listen to an offer unless Cleveland wants to step forward with, both ones or two and maybe next year's two. But I still wouldn't do it without talking to Williams. Because I think, he wants to win here. Now, we do this all the time. We beat up our own players. Notice the defense gave up 13 points twice in a row. A healthy JJ coming back, switching up, adding Brownlee, starting more, a couple little tweaks here and there. Kids are buying into the new system. What do you see? Beat down the Jets. That's all everybody does, okay? Their own fans do it. You add to talent. If I'm a Jet GM, what are you paying attention? I'm extending JJ, after checking his health, obviously. Give him incentives too. He seems like he wants to stay. Then, you go to the offensive side of the ball. They don't have a quarterback. Everybody's pointing fingers, blaming. Jet fans haven't seen quality quarterback play unless they look at New England or Buffalo, okay? You have the answers right in front of you. And we continuously go to the hype. Okay, I repeatedly say in all my videos, you can't look at statistics to draft a quarterback. You can't look at highlight films to draft a quarterback. You can't listen to paid for hype to draft a quarterback. Now everybody knows my dislike of the Zach Wilson draft pick. How I wanted to build around Sam. It wasn't an accident that I was right on basically everything I've said yet. It's not because I'm a genius. It's because I've learned from experience. Okay? The Jet fans never supported Sam. Common sense. Zach was undraftable. Okay? They showed the same repetitive 4 highlight plays over and over and over. If you go to the BYU telecast, every time Zach Wilson had an incomplete, they would come back to the same 4 plays, pick one, and show you how good he was. His statistics showed incredibly, but nobody actually watched the film. If you go to his actual film and plotted, looked at every throw he ever made, you will see a consistency of the type of throws he hit and the type of throws he missed. You translate him to the pros, it was 1,000% hit by me. I knew exactly where he would fail. You drafted a quarterback from the wrong tree. You drafted a quarterback who was never pressured. You drafted a quarterback who couldn't throw a touch. you have a bust quarterback. Good kid, he plays, he cares, he plays real hard. You could tell he worked really hard, but the skill set, he just didn't have arm talent. Why do we insist on making the same exact mistakes? Now, if you notice, you go back and you see quarterbacks highly rated coming back for a year, and then they are dropping off. Everybody buys the hype right away. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about why I have my quarterbacks ranked the way they are. Okay. Nussmeier is undraftable in New York. Doesn't have a top level arm. Something's wrong with him this year. He might be injured. He lost his receiver. Tragic guy. That he lost his receiver. He's not the number one pick. He's not even close to draftable for the New York Jets. Okay, he's not a number one round talent at all. He gets flustered. Can't see the secondary defender. There's a lot going on there. Go look at his interceptions from 2024. Okay. Who do you have next? Dante Moore. If you think the Jets are drafting a 20-year-old quarterback with limited pass attempts, who can't show that he could hit, that he has arm talent, he doesn't have arm talent. Okay? He's throwing a ball all at one speed. He misses quite a few of his deep balls that need air under it and that need touch. He's throwing the ball at the receiver up the field. He's not putting them into space. He's not putting touch on it. He's being helped, okay? This is everything from Zach Wilson. He's being helped by his receivers. Nussmeier was helped by his receivers last year. These are all signs. Moore doesn't look great under pressure. He's 20 years old, okay? With NIL contracts, stay in school. Who's after that, okay? I did something on Simpson yesterday. I truly believe Simpson is Zach Wilson playing a higher level of competition. His touch is non-existent. Throws everything at one speed. He has future NFL wide receivers on his team. Okay? I can't unsee what I've seen from Simpson. Not great under pressure. He's been in the system for a couple of years. It's his first year starting. He's 22. He needs to stay in school. He might process quick, okay? But the stationary throws, not throwing touch on his verticals, they're very scary. He actually has a Zach Wilson throw on his tape, okay? You have to see when you deep ball, your only attempt, I think he had an attempt that was dropped, that was somewhat in stride, but it was directly in front of him. This kid can't judge distance with touch. Same issue that Zach Wilson had. Okay, now who's next on the list? Sellers. He's a great athlete, great toolbox, arm strength. He does have arm talent. He's a one read and run quarterback. Could you do things with Sellers? I'll tell you right now, he's definitely better than what we have now. Okay, he's hitting the throws that Fields is missing. He will process the open look quickly. Okay, and actually throw the ball. He won't stare it down. He has a little issue with pocket presence. I saw him run into a sack. Okay, these are things that you might be able to work with. Is he a future NFL quarterback? Maybe. There's a very good chance actually that he could develop in the right system with the right coaching. But you're in New York, okay? You see we haven't won in 17 years. If you think that they're going to take a first pick in a draft and put it on a kid that might need 2 years or a year and a half of development and sit him down, meanwhile the fans are calling for the coach's head, and the GM fired every other day, That's not the brightest move in the world. Now, I'm basically mentioning all of them. Okay, John Mateer is next. Totally out on John Mateer. Okay, sidearm delivery, doesn't have a strong arm. He will be a turnover machine in the pros, even if he gets there. Every single quarterback I've said, okay, you could go back to Mateer. I did something on his one game versus Michigan. Should have had 5-6 turnovers. Every quarterback I just mentioned, other than Sully's, is in over their head athletically. Okay, they're playing at the top of their skill set, at the division they're playing in college. You're not getting another ounce. If you go to Moore, he's another one with the 4 highlight plays and missing his verticals. He doesn't have a huge NFL arm. He seems to be somewhat athletic, but he's still playing at the top of his athletic game. And he's in a great system. Again, with the support, he has absolute great support. Now, you could eliminate all those guys. They're not they're not top 5 material. They're definitely not New York playing at the Meadowlands material. Now, you see how the Jet fans handle Bo Nix over and over. Okay. You bring that to the windy games at the Meadowlands, and none of these quarterbacks are winning games. Now, I left 3 quarterbacks off the board that I haven't spoken about. You've heard what I've said about Aller. Aller's QB1 in this draft. You could flip it any way you want, okay? He's my QB1, and I'm telling you guys why he's my QB1 over the time with different videos. Mendoza is definitely a top 10 pick, top 5 pick. I got to go deeper. I'm taking Aller all day long over Mendoza. As I said, I don't use hype. I actually don't care what other people say, and that's why Jet fans be always missing. Okay, you need to sit down and actually look at it yourself. And it's done all the time. We fall for the same exact thing: the fake hype, the fake everything. Go look at Aller's receivers that were on his team in 2024. Go pull up their statistics and actually look at their game logs. You don't look at good statistics, you look at games. Okay, one of them has 5 catches over the last 4 games. The other one has 5 catches, but he was injured over the last 4 games. Aller was never given help. Now, I made a short on sending him to Miami as a joke. Go actually watch it. The kid has immense traits and talent. Support the kid. Now, obviously, I've never talked to Aller. Okay? Mendoza, I said, I'm not happy if they take Mendoza over Aller. I'm happy if Mendoza is there and Aller's not, and we take him. I'm fine with that. Taylor Green is another one, guys. How could they justify drafting Fields and Anthony Richardson that high and Mariota that high, all of these dual threat quarterbacks that high, and not taking a look at someone who just played 4 top 25 teams in his last 5 games and is averaging 30 points a game? Absolute skill set is total NFL toolbox material, and he throws with touch. Plus, the kid has heart. Listen to him talk how he cares about his team and how he works on his game. Okay? Clear top 3 quarterbacks in this draft. Don't fall for it, guys. Take care.